Hey guys, so I'm going to be doing a reading on David Dobrik today. This one just fell out. It says, don't dim in to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? I feel like he's shielding himself from everything that's going on right now. He doesn't want to look at it. He feels like he needs to work through his own issues first before he even addresses it publicly. I feel like he's really taking accountability, truly taking accountability for what happened, but he needs to do it in a strategic way where he's not opening himself up to legal issues. He's not opening himself up for speaking, to the public, because in reality, this is not something that it needs to be publicized right now, is what I'm getting. Like, of course he needs to address it in some way to the public, but that needs to be after everything's been hashed out. What I was going to say is I'm going to link down below the videos that I did on David Dobrik and Trisha Paytas, and I believe that this was specifically talking about the situation that came up. If it doesn't, that's perfectly fine, but I do feel as if what happened with Trisha outing all of this information is because it's strategic on her end. It was calculated, it's self-serving, and that was just the feeling that I was getting before, which again, you can watch the video. I said it closer to the end if you just want to skip to that. I think it was on part 2. I don't exactly remember, but I did look back at that video to see what I had said, so that's why I remember. Otherwise I would not have remembered it. So okay, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna speak as if David's here sitting in front of me, and he's like, hey, what do I do from here on out? Because the only information I know is, me personally, only information I know is about Seth and it being released on Trisha and Ethan's podcast. That's the only information I know. And so he's here speaking to me, hey, give me some more information. What do I do? Whatever. Personally, tarot should never tell anybody what to do. We can only advise. Ultimately it's your responsibility on what you want to do. Even with the Mika Harris one, she's doing witchcraft. I don't care what anybody says. She's definitely doing some sort of spell work, and I'm like, stop doing it. That's just my advice. I can't actually tell you what to do. Like, don't, just take it for what it is. But anyway, because, you are responsible for your decisions ultimately. So I just want to preface that out loud instead of what's described in my, comments or whatever. But let's see what's going on here. I don't have a specific direction. I think what I need to figure out for you, David, is how you're currently feeling about this situation, and then from there I can get better advice for you and seek a little bit more clarity. So what I'm seeing so far, I'm gonna give myself a moment to think about it too. What I'm seeing so far is that you feel stuck. There is a part of you that doesn't want to take full responsibility for it because you don't feel like you should take full responsibility for it. You feel like there was an injustice to you for how you're being presented in this, and you feel like you were, in a way, I'm not going to say that you feel like you were right for what you did. I think there's this part where it's like, hey, like, we were all part of it. It's coming across as if it's something completely different. If you had an issue, then maybe you should have talked to me. Like, it's being blown into something that it isn't, is how I'm seeing you perceiving it. I do feel like you feel as though we're all having fun, we're all friends, we're all young, you know how I am, you know what I'm about, you know what I do, you know that my intentions weren't to do something that was, mean, like, you didn't come from a mean place. I think what it is a lack of maturity. It's like, hey, we're all just like having fun, we're goofing off, we're just doing guy stuff, or like, not just guy stuff because there's women around, but it's just, we're just having fun. We're doing friend stuff, and like sometimes we cross the line, sometimes we don't. It's not meant in a evil way. I'm not an evil guy. You know that. You can tell from everything else that I do. Like, it wasn't like that, and it's being blown into something that it isn't. That's what I'm getting here. I do also feel like you're putting your walls up. You're kind of putting up like you're letting your ego get ahead of you in some ways, and you're fully aware of this, and the reason is because deep down it makes you really sad. You're very sad about this. I think there was a point that you did cry about it, you are crying about it, or you want to cry about it. You wouldn't have done this in front of a lot of like bunch of people, but I think your close friends probably know how much this is hurting you inside. I feel like it's a dark cloud with you because you're such a happy person. You come across as happy, kind, generous, and you feel like this is I almost want to be careful with my words because it comes across as if you're saying like, I don't want to let people know that they got to me, and people specifically even mean Trisha, because I think this is a vendetta against you. I feel like that's what it's coming across as on all ends. I can feel her energy coming through as a vendetta against you, and you recognizing and speaking about that with your close friends, that this is something that was specifically against you and twisted. And so it was this knowing of how, you know, she has full knowledge of how the public reacts to certain things and how it reacts towards her, and so she's able to manipulate it and twist it in order to use it against you. So she's using the things that have worked against her against you, and you're fully aware of this, and you don't want her, because it's that ego part, and it's not fear, you're not afraid. It's like, I don't want her to, I don't want any communication with her. I don't want to talk to her. I don't want her to know that she's even are registered in my mind. You guys need to go back and watch the other videos, because I know I've touched on this at least. I think I was a little more careful with what I was saying and what I was revealing then. But it's the same message here. It's just like, I don't even want to bother. Like, we're on different calibers. We're in different lives. We're on different planets. If I could be on a different planet, is this complete separation, and she's wanting to be there, be in communication with him, be communication about him, be the one who essentially like rescues him in a way of her choice of whether she wants to rescue him or not. I'm sorry, him. But anyway, so I do see that there is genuine sadness, and I see that you care about Seth, and you care about, there's another person coming across. It's a female. I feel like it's a female. And it's someone that I see them kind of like behind you. Is a quieter person, like a lesser, it feels like a lesser role is what I'm getting. It's this person that's behind you, behind the scenes, quiet, but something happened there, some sort of involvement there. I see you thinking about all the things that you feel cause pain in other people, and that's not your intention. You don't want that. That's not in your heart, and I think you want that message across to other people, and you feel frustrated, you feel torn, you feel confused, you're not angry. I think you just get so sad. You're so sad because you're like, this is not me. This is not me. What you're saying, what the public is saying is me, is not it. That's not it. And there's a way where you don't know how to come across, like you don't know what position to take. You don't know how to say it or what to say in order for people to understand you, because you want to be sensitive, but at the same, like, you want to be sensitive to people who genuinely feel pain or feel hurt, but you also want to get the point across that it's like, think about like whoever's saying these things about him, you know, what have you done in your life? Like, take a life review of your own and see how that might look to other people. Like, you're not perfect, you're not doing everything right, you're not doing everything PG. Like, you probably said things out of character or that were misconstrued, or even just like saying it, but you know that in your heart, and the other people knew at the time, or you were hoping that they would know, that it wasn't like that, you know? It's just a misunderstanding and a crossing of boundaries that you hadn't realized the boundaries were set like that. And it comes across as if, well, how did you not know this and this and this and this? But it's like, you know how I am. You know I joke around like that. You know I do things like that. So, you know, I thought that it was going to be okay. Like, had I known the impact, if I truly knew that you felt a certain way about it, it would have never happened. Because I feel like he wants to say, like, I love you. Like, he's like, you know I love you. You know I care about you. You know I would never do anything to intentionally hurt anyone. And I see that with Seth, and I see that with a female. I see it with a female. Short hair or shorter hair. It's not long hair. It would be like a blunt cut, like either on her shoulders, below her shoulders, something like that. And I saw blonde and then I saw brunette. So I don't know if there's multiple people or how I'm mixing that up. Focusing on the eyes sometimes. Something there. That's the message I'm getting across, is being genuinely sorry, but it's like, I feel like I don't have anything to be sorry for, because I feel sorry if I did that, but at the time and even up until now, I didn't know. And I also wonder if this is just like a ploy against me to make it seem as if, you know, it's like but really, like, do you actually mean that you were hurt? Did you actually mean that there was an issue? Because why didn't you come to me before? Why didn't you speak up about it before? And I think maybe there is a point where I'm talking as if I'm David, so it's like, I feel like there was a point where maybe I wouldn't have really listened to you because we're just all caught up in having fun, we're being immature, you know. And I mean immature because I was young, I was just having fun, I wasn't taking things seriously, and I didn't realize the impact that I would have on you, if that's really the case. But there's a bunch of question marks of what's really going on here. What is really going on? Because talking about me now, I saw that this was a calculated move. This is something that she knew had happened, that I don't know the situation of how people felt at the time during that, but it is a calculated move. So then it kind of muddies everything, you know. What is the real intention, and how are people really feeling, you know what I mean? Like, how can I, like, I want to be sorry, and I am sorry if it hurt you, but how do I know that that's really what's going on? I don't know. Okay, so the sun is important here because I was being drawn to the sun in here in this spread. I was seeing the sunlight, and then we have summer solstice radiance coming through. Again, I'm just pulling cards and seeing what comes to me, so I have no direction with this. Then we have lightning and power, and we have rainbow and blessings. This is so interesting to me because I feel like they're so connected. Look at that. We have the sun, the rain, then we have the lightning and the rainbow. It's everything. What I feel through this is the spotlight on you, and this is a progression. This is your guardian angels telling you a progression of your life. This is a progression where this is where you were, you know, with the vlog squad and whatnot. You were so radiant, so bright. You were everywhere at all times, doing everything. Look at how it takes up the whole card. It is just completely drowning everything out. It's so bright, so intense, and you're just everything, right? Well, even with the storm, the sun is still there. The sun is still shining. The sun is still radiant. It's still beautiful, but you don't see that. You don't see it because the sheer power of the lightning. You don't see it because of everything that's going on currently with these legal issues. It's something that you hadn't expected, and you need to recognize that you are still there. You still possess the same star power. You still do. You still have that finesse. You still are a radiant person, and I think that it's being clouded right now, and it's equally as powerful. Actually, no, it's not equally as powerful, to be honest with you. It's not as powerful as you. And at the end of the day, it's so loud, you know? Lightning, thunder, it's loud. It beckons attention. It makes everyone scared, fearful, and hide. You know, the sun makes people want to come out. So that's kind of what I see with this, your situation right now, is people are so hyper-focused on this. People are paying attention to this. This is something atmospheric, right? This is in our atmosphere. The sun is beyond this atmosphere. The sun is out of reach. It's up there in space. Am I making sense, or am I getting too weird? Okay, so anyway, with the lightning, what I'm seeing is like people are so focused on that because this is all we know. This is all the information we have, is all we know, and I think people are getting you know, very caught up in it because it is a serious allegation. These allegations that are happening are very serious, and you know, people want to stand up for what's right. And if we don't know what's right, then like we don't have the full story. We're gonna go with we're still gonna go with what we believe, you know. And other people don't want to sit down and be quiet about it. If something's really happening, something's really going on. But I do see that there is a blessing at the end of this. I think there's a lot of maturity on your end of recognizing the things that you say have power. I think before you were just a kid. You were just a kid who became super popular, super well known, and you know, you could have gone so many different directions in life that you wanted, and you chose a direction that was good-natured because you're a good-natured person. You are a kind person. You are a generous person, and putting that spotlight on yourself and choosing things that you thought were comfortable within your friend group, you know, it was not ill-intention. It was not you using your power over somebody. I don't see that at all. I don't see you saying like some sort of like evil guy that's like, oh yeah, you know, like I don't want to mention other bad people, but you weren't using your power for bad, is what I'm saying. There is blessings behind this storm will clear. It will clear, and through this you will come shining out again in a more beautiful way, in a more unique way, because even with the rainbow, you know, what I see with that specifically is it's something that people look forward to after the storm, you know. When things are really scary, when things are really bad, during a really bad storm, they look forward to that rainbow, and it's special because it doesn't come every single time. And I see that with your career. I see that with the way that people perceive you. I see that with the direction that you're gonna go. I see you going in a much different direction. I don't know if you're gonna move. Like, you could even move to a different country, like even Hawaii. Like, that's kind of like Hawaii to me, but like it's not a different country. Hawaii's not a different country, but a different state within the country, you know, that's separated from the mainland. Something like that, or just I don't know, I see distance between you. I see you moving somewhere or going somewhere tropical or doing something tropical and different and distanced. Maybe you're going to do some sort of project that helps other people who are in poor countries or something like that. I see some sort of event in some other country than the United States. I don't see it in the UK or anything like that. It's somewhere else. And I see you truly meaning what you do, and it's actually because you're not doing this to put on a face for other people and being like, see, I'm a different guy, or I'm doing these things for other people. It's genuine, and you've been genuine from the beginning. And you know, you're very sad. I do see that. You are very sad. You're very, very, very disappointed in yourself. You're disappointed in some of the decisions that you made, and letting certain people into your life, and you're just, it's almost like there's a point where you don't want to get caught up in it. The thoughts, meaning the thoughts that you have of feeling like your legacy is ruined or it's over, because you're trying to fight off some sort of depression, some sort of sadness. I feel like you felt lonely for a lot of your life. I feel like you felt very, very lonely, and you thought that you had a friend group that you could trust and that you could invite more people into your life. And, you know, even with Trisha, you thought that you were doing the right thing overall. You thought that you were doing the good thing and the right thing, and, you know, mistakes were made, and you wish you would have done things differently, and you're trying to just look at the brighter side of things and know that you do have good people around you who are supporting you, who are helping you through this, who you have a good team, a good legal team around you that are advising you, an advisory board or advisory team, some sort of other outsiders that are helping you in that aspect. And you just want to move forward, but there is a part of you that, like, you know, you have to address this internally. You know, it's not just moving forward with life and with your career. It's, you know, you saying to yourself, like, I have to address this. I have to figure out, like, if I need to right my wrongs, where specifically do I need to grow from this, and what do I need to learn from this, and what do I need to do differently, and who do I need to talk to specifically if I've hurt somebody, so that I let them know that I'm sorry. I'm genuinely sorry. And it's not for you, you know, it's not you're sorry because you feel bad, it's because you don't want them to feel bad. So you want to make sure that it's specifically for them. I don't see you as a selfish guy at all. Nothing you do comes across as selfish. Nothing you do comes across for you. It's always to help other people. And I see that that's your way of showing people that you care and having an impact in people's lives. I feel like you felt very blessed from the very beginning of where you got in life, and you want to be recognized for that, because that's where the inspiration for other people lie. You want people to be inspired by the good things that you've done and not to be clouded by mistakes that might have been made that are misconstrued, because it was never meant to be like that. So that's my reading. I'll pull one more card for you, and I'm going to close it up here. I think that's enough information right there, is to just continue what you're doing, because it is working out. It is going to end up paying off for you in the long run. There's nothing for you to be overly concerned about. You're doing everything that you do. You're doing everything right and everything that you should do, and you're going to just become more mature, more masculine is what I'm saying. Like, you're just going to be more of a man in a lot of ways, and a better man, you know, because you're going to understand, again, here with the boundaries, where you need to establish boundaries with people and your friends, and they need to have established boundaries with you. and what do you need to do that's, see, and you're already doing it. You're already doing it. Everything that you're doing it's in perfect alignment. I don't want to say don't overthink things, because that's all we have are our thoughts, you know, and that's what inspires action, is our thoughts. So I think when it says to not overthink, is just, and it says to face your true north. You know who you are in your heart. You know who you are, and you know, just try not to fall into this trap of fear, of not moving, of just staying stagnant. Grieve if you need to grieve. Go through those feelings, go through those emotions, but keep pushing forward, keep moving forward. Don't give in, don't give up. You are learning your lessons. You know what the value of this experience is. You know it, and you know, you're very blessed to be in the position you are in, financially, and with the friend groups that you have currently, the people that are super, super close to you, who are going to be there to support you through this. And this is not the end for you at all. You're actually I see you evolving. This is actually backfiring on anyone who purposely wanted to see you fail, truly, because this is refining you. This is a defining moment in your life where you get to refine who you were for who you're gonna be, you know, like now you can do this whole reset of, this is who I was. And that's the end of it. That's the death of the old David. And here is who I am today. And get grounded. So again, you're just so sensitive right now, understandably. And I think even with like being sad, needing these boundaries energetically also, and overthinking, you need to find a way to relax. I don't know if you ever had a practice in your life where you're able to relax yourself, where you're not just always going. I think that's also very difficult for you, because since you started your career, it's always been going, where you never had that time to yourself to really evaluate what's happening around you. And it's so beautiful too, because you ended up being actually a really great person. And let's say if this is the only thing, these are the only things, like just imagine like how horrible you could have been. Like, it's just incredible, because when I see this, I see your soul, I see your heart, I see where you come from, and you were not selfish. You're probably one of the least selfish people I've ever seen during these readings. It's always giving. You want to give. That's how you show your love. You're a giver, and you want to give to other people. Look at that, Keepers of the Earth. I've actually never pulled this card, and I've had this deck for a very long time. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. I do feel like you feel alone. Again, it's this feeling you just need to find a way to have fun again and be happy right now. So get yourself grounded, also in a way where it's like back to reality. I don't know, like back to how you were when you were a kid, like before all of this. I think, what was it that you started, like Vine, I think is where he started, or whatever those things are. And so get back to basics, basically, like get back to that part. But I'm gonna get the book for this, because I want to read specifically for that, since I haven't seen this, and I think that there's probably something important in the book for it. But I do see you're being divinely guided right now, and you are very special. You're very, very special. You are here for a very specific reason. I mean, we all are, right? But you're here. You're here to enlighten other people. is what I'm getting. You're here specifically for that reason, and even with the hands, it feels like water almost is like pouring out of my, when I'm looking at this, it's like water is pouring out of my hands onto you, like angelic, like holy water, and you are bathing in holy water, like it's like pouring onto you, like holy water is falling onto you, and it represents purity, it represents freedom. Speaking for everyone who feels lonely, it's like enlightening. It's I don't know, it's something very spiritual, like a deeply spiritual purpose for you, your purpose here in life. Okay, so I'm gonna read the card for you. It says, the keepers of the earth acknowledge the work that you've done already and are ready to work through you. They bow at your feet and thank you for wanting to stand for them, to devote your life to protecting the earth in your unique way. It is time to increase your capacity to receive support in the physical realm. This can come in a form of financial abundance, acts of services from strangers, or people flocking to help you in your work. The only thing that is stopping you right now is your capacity to receive support. You deserve to be rewarded for the work that you are doing. You do not need to go at it alone. Call upon the keepers of the earth to help you in your mission. Open your heart and your mind to receiving more than you ever thought possible. What kind of support do you need? Call it in right away. Yeah, island, solitude. I mean, I don't need to go into this because I think this is telling enough here for you when you see the cards, island, solitude, you know. You do feel alone. And this is a big message for you, because I was feeling it earlier, and this is confirmation for me. Just take this time, okay? You took, or even to say you took enough time alone already. Let's let people in. Let's start letting people back into your feelings, into your emotions. Allow people to help you in a way that they can help you. Understand that you're here for a very deeply spiritual reason. Very special. See, we're all special, so whatever. But you are here for a spiritual reason. You are following it. This took many lifetimes for you to get to where you are today. This is not something that happened just in your lifetime. You didn't cut a lucky break, okay? This is not a lucky break for you. This is happening for you because of lifetimes of being of service to people. And you're continuing to be of service to people in a special way. So don't let this get the best of you. Through being alone, you are getting a lot of clarity that you needed. And I think this is actually a blessing in disguise for you that you maybe hadn't realized until now, because it's caused you to slow down. It's caused you to evaluate things. It's caused you to be alone in a lot of ways where you felt alone. You know, like you felt like you were by yourself in a lot of ways, and maybe even felt like you had to buy your friends in a way, is kind of what I'm getting. Like there was a small feeling or like insecurity of that, and I think this has exasperated it, and there's a lot of stress and worries and confusion going through there. I know that there's a lot of other things that I haven't mentioned that go on behind the scenes. You know, like your situation is not perfect. You guys aren't perfect people. You guys have done a lot of things behind the scenes that aren't even being mentioned, I don't think, as far as like drug use goes, and just general like crazy teenager or like young adult stuff. But for you specifically, speaking about you specifically, David, I do not see that. with you, exactly, you are more of just an outsider with that, and I think that might also have something to do with you feeling alone, because you've surrounded yourself with people who are a little bit different than you. But anyway, but you are different, you know? You are different. And I think this is going to bring you more in alignment with closer to people who, I see it evolving over the next couple years. I would say even like 10 to 20 years, to be honest with you, like maybe even 30 years, where you're going to keep meeting new people that you realize are very much like you in a lot of ways. And you know, it's the reason I say so many years, like up to 30 years, is because you are going to continue to put yourself out there. You are going to continue to meet different people. You are going to continue to see there are people just as rare as you, have that unique footprint that you do, that you really get along with, and that you can trust. And you know, I think with everyone you kind of realize like you have that select few people that you really connect with and can trust with your life, and that is happening for you. And there's more people out there that you haven't met yet that are like that. And to just focus again, like reignite your passions, not ignite them, reignite them. Find that passion again, you know. And again, with going back to who you were before all of the fame, find that person again. That's going to help you ground yourself and be more passionate and find your passion and feel alive again. And again, this is a blessing in disguise, because it's allowing you the peace of mind that you needed to really catch up with everything that's happened, you know, because it's a blur. It happened so fast, and you just kept going and moving forward, that there was no break for you to see how far you've come, and to see how fast things have changed, and to see who you are and where you are and what you want to do. You know, you've done so well. So you've done such a good job. You've done so good at managing that it was eventually going to catch up to you in some way, in the sense that not like this. I mean, that'll catch up to you where you kind of just crash and burn mentally, because you're like, you know, time flew by and I didn't even realize like anything. I didn't even realize the change had happened for me to enjoy it, you know. I was just in the moment, every single moment. I was just living in it, maybe not even fully experiencing it. So this is helping you come to terms with that. And it's a lot to come to terms with, and it's a lot to evaluate. So, you know, again, it's backfiring because for those other people, because this is exactly what you needed for you to become the man that you are destined to be. You know, you're destined to become this refined, sharp, or I want to say like picture perfect man, like something so perfect. Again, look at that. I just pulled this up just to see. man, and great passion. So a lot of passion in here, a lot of passion. And just wait for that good news to come in, because it's going to be okay. So that's my reading. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.